Who is the strongest guardian to ever exist, both in terms of pure power and also the knowledge gained over the years? There's over 1 million guardians, but from the prominent characters we know about from the lore, who comes out on top? Today we're going to dive through the incredible feats of Destiny's guardians and discuss who may earn the gold medal of power once all is said and done. Before we jump in, let's throw up some disclaimers, I guess. We are only going to be discussing the known guardians in the lore at this moment. I guess there could be some random guardian camping out in a desert with more power than the sun, but hey, until we know or someone goes out and finds them, this is what we have. Also, this is for fun and up for interpretation. Some of these characters have incredible feats of strength in their own battles, but we wouldn't truly know who comes out on top unless they fought each other and put them to the test. It's super hard to rank them specifically even with the lore, but let's begin with the warlocks. Ikora Rey still holds the record for most consecutive victories in the Crucible. No one else has come close. That was from Lord Shaxx. In the Crucible, you can earn the "We Ran Out of Medals" medal. In a single life, defeat 20 opposing guardians. This was created because Ikora Rey was the first to complete that. Ikora fought Shaxx and defeated him, nearly killing him and destroying parts of their battlefield. The Witch Queen Collector's Edition states how powerful Ikora is. IKO-006 ranks in the upper fraction of the 99th percentile of assessed warlocks and most available metrics of precision, restraint, and raw power. She is, in simplistic terms, a 5th Sigma Guardian, 1 in 3.5 million. Given that millions of guardians have been activated over the centuries since the collapse, and assuming that performance of guardians on these metrics is normally distributed, we would expect about 10 guardians of similar power to have existed. Probability favors Ikora's existence, but also her rarity. She is neither an average guardian nor evidence for some special intervention by the Traveler. The fundamental challenge to defeating IKO-006 is that it's very difficult to create a context she cannot master. Her talents are honed towards acquiring and processing information. It would be difficult for even a Golden Age human to understand the time span she has lived, or to grasp the depth and range of the intuitive mechanisms, both cognitive and paracausal, which Ikora has cultivated and internalized. She has achieved a limited clairvoyance, an arsenal of honed preconscious heuristics which deliver her, with no more effort than water flowing downhill, to her easiest path to victory. Her goal acts as an attractor in the chaotic landscape of possible futures. She is capable of correctly resolving quandaries like a halting problem, which a turning machine could not compute given the entire age of the universe. In the great tradition of context manipulators versus brute force, Ikora is another victory for the power of context manipulation.
Hold your fire, Guardian. I've got this. Go on. I'll draw fire here. All that matters right now is the Traveler. Whatever you hear, whatever you see, don't let it distract you from stopping the ritual.
Next up, Osiris is very powerful. He taught Ikora most of what she knows, the Master and the Jedi. Osiris has some different capabilities. He can clone himself into reflections of light, which he used at the Battle of Six Fronts and was seen in Curse of Osiris. When at full strength and in his prime, Osiris could fight in multiple locations at once, and beams of pure radiance. Osiris has tons of knowledge from his years as the Warlock Vanguard, Scavenger of the Infinite Forest, and Takeover by Savathun. Although he's lost his strength, at one point Osiris was the strongest guardian to ever exist. Our character even recognizes this.
She's not dead. Her name is Sagira. I've known her a very long time. And her guardian, Osiris.
The Osiris? The most powerful guardian ever. The hero of six fronts. The Zavala before Zavala?
Zavala wouldn't like to hear you call him that. Most guardians won't even speak Osiris's name. He was the only Vanguard commander ever exiled from the city. And the man who taught me what it means to be a warlock.
In the Immolent Part 2, he is seen chaining multiple supers together at the same time. Solar wings combust from Osiris's back. In each hand, he wields a blade of dawn. The calamity of his inferno sends hives scattering in every direction. Vashir and her two daughters, Yishra and Ariax, turn to confront the Phoenix. They are ashen before their first incantations complete. He paints the scene apocalyptic. 15 noble brood are reduced to cinders before a defense is mounted. Osiris sails through the air as daggers of dark power whistle past him. Golden echoes split from his body to cut down fleeing hive and soak reprisals. Kinox, the last daughter of Crota, scurries through the cracks between the rocks as her son, Alg-Urin, and his cohort of lesser knights raise their shields to defend her. Osiris extinguishes a blade into his palm to form a singularity of void and hurls a nova bomb that consumes them. With his other blade, he dives. He dives into the ground, erupting a well of radiance surrounded by a phalanx of gilded echoes. So yeah, you wouldn't want to mess with Osiris, especially when he had all those full powers. He used those reflections at the Battle of Six Fronts, and Shaq says he's the only reason they won that battle. He was one of the first Vanguard leaders and realized there was bigger threats on the horizon. Some didn't see it that way, so they would exile him, but he would then explore the Infinite Forest and find new threats that would end in expansions like Curse of Osiris.
Oh, Go! To your left! 2 o'clock, medium range! You're welcome!
Lord Shaxx is one of the strongest titans. Saladin is right up there too, but Shaxx, like Ikora, was a force in the Crucible. His journey all started in those early warlord days, when Lord Felwinter, among others, would try to take over his settlement. What did Shaxx do? He gave him a backhand that took his head clean off. Shaxx has only ever lost one duel in the Crucible, and that was to Ikora Rey. He carried Guardians to the Twilight Gap battle alongside those allies. And although he sits on the sideline for now, when time comes for battle, Shaxx won't be afraid to jump up and step into the action.
You want the Crucible? I am the Crucible.
There are many titans with insane abilities seen in the lore, like Saladin, who was launched as a javelin thunder crash by Aphrodite at a fallen walker. When it comes down to it, if we had to pick one, the game literally states Saint 14 is the greatest titan who's ever lived.
My name is Saint 14. They call me the greatest titan who ever lived.
Saint 14 fought the Vex for over a century in the Infinite Forest. Hordes of them, wave after wave, and he would come out on top. Until he didn't, and we would go in and help him out a bit, but that's dedication. Saint killed enough Vex to end a war, it was said. After an extensive period of fighting, the Vex built a mine to drain his light, and he still killed it. When Saint died, the Vex even built a memorial for him out of respect for his fighting. We saw this back in Curse of Osiris.
What happened? Vex. Thousands of them. Saint 14's light. It's gone.
Rest in peace, my friend.
Osiris, I'm so sorry.
I think we should leave him here. It looks like the Infinite Forest laid him to rest. Built him a memorial. Did the Vex learn to respect him? I don't think I ever told you this, but Saint 14 was one of the first Guardians I ever met, even before I found you. I always hoped you'd turn out like him. I wasn't disappointed. You were a good friend, Saint. Goodbye.
During the Battle of Six Fronts, other Guardians died and were rezzed all the time, but not Saint. He survived the entire thing and fought like a madman the entire way. Saint 14 was able to hold a Titan bubble up for an extended period of time, as seen in the Curse of Osiris mission. And during Splicer, we got a look into his crusade against the Fallen, slaughtering many Elixni in defense of the city, even headbutting a Kel which dented his helmet. So you have characters like Ikora who can hurl multiple Nova Bombs after each other, but then you have pure power and strength of Saint 14. Going up against his enemy, he just gotta punch him in the face and use his own head, do what Titans love to do. There's of course other Titans like Wei Ning who moved an entire mountain with a punch, it was said, but they also died to Crota. In terms of power though, that's still pretty cool. Moving on to the Hunters, Anna Bray has been around a while. She's worked alongside Bray Corp in her early days and then became a Guardian, fighting in some of those early city battles. She displayed incredible amounts of strength during those battles. We all touch the light in ways we never thought we could, or should. Anna though, when she fired the gun, where her golden gun blast hit home, she left behind pools of light, like splashes of sunlight that burned and burned. I believe that was from Lord Shaxx, and those pools of light are said to still be around to this day. Solar might engulfs 18 kelvins. Anna hammers off 2 rounds of celestial annihilation. They melt straight through the exo, puncture the station plating, and scream through space for light years. Maybe all Guardian golden guns work this way lore-wise, but Anna seems to have some raw power for sure. Golden gunshots that last forever and pools that still exist from battles probably hundreds of years ago. Shin Malphur took down the Shadows of Yore as a bounty hunter and is known as the Hunter. Shin is known as the man with the golden gun because, well, he created it, and although we never see him, he has some encounters that should be turned into a movie. Anna Bray may be more powerful with her golden gun shots at time, but Shin knows his way around his light-based creation. All hunters use the golden gun model he created. He is the master of its capabilities. Shin hunted down those Shadows of Yore, killing countless evil guardians with ease. That's an advantage he has over some of the others. Ikora played in Crucible, defeated some opponents, but Shin Malphur took him out for good. Shin also has that value of experience, being around for a while and honing his skills. Don't hunt him because you've been wronged. Hunt him because what they did was wrong. There's a world of a difference there, kid. One makes you selfish, the other makes you a hero, and I see a hero in you.
I'm reading this right. Your friend Callum was killed by another Guardian.
Nothing kills you quicker.
I'm pulling final audio from his ghost. Hang on.
I gave you a chance. Gave all of you a chance. I told you not to follow him.
You and I are the same. Sometimes we do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
Spoken like a true disciple. If you have any last words, now is the time.
You'll never kill us all.
I don't have to. You're killing yourselves.
I think you have some explaining to do.
Now we come to our Guardian. We've accomplished so much in a short period of time. 9 years in-game compared to hundreds or maybe thousands of characters like Lord Shaxx, Saladin, and so on. Although we have incredible amounts of power of both light and dark, we don't have much knowledge compared to others who've been alive for hundreds of years, like Ikora, Shin, Osiris. The young wolf, the slayer of oryx, the guardian. They've completed some incredible tasks over the years, from destroying the Black Heart to hunting down the Hive siblings, ending the Siva threat and helping the Awoken of the Reef. Every big moment that happened in the last 9 years the Guardian has been a part of.
I refuse to bury any more friends.
You won't have to. Aldrin Sov is mine.
Our Guardian may very well be one of the strongest to have ever lived, in that top percentile like Ikora Rey. Remember how it all started. At first we thought Sepix, a floating mechanical ball, was an issue. Now we take on tormentors, disciples, and gods themselves. Other guardians are important, but like the agent mentions, we're special. It seems like the game's title, it was our destiny to be the one to save this universe, hopefully. During the Red War, every Guardian lost their light, and we were the only one who was granted a vision by the Traveler to go to the shard in the European Dead Zone and get our light back. The Traveler allowed this to happen, thus we went out, got the band back together, and stopped Gaul, returning the light to every other Guardian, including our city leaders. You may be like, okay, they could have just went to the shard themselves and got their light back, but not really. In lore, Ikora actually went to the shard, but nothing happened. It seems our Guardian was chosen specifically. I believe later on, Bungie stated that some Guardians did visit the shard and potentially get their light back, but I'm not sure if that was referencing our character from the Red War or other Guardians in general. Regardless, only the Travelers chosen seem to be rewarded. Doesn't matter how strong you are.
I haven't been as close to the Traveler's light since... Do you feel it? Hold on to your helmet. Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes up, Guardian.
There is no such thing as a low-power Guardian. There may be armor you can't actuate or weapons mechanisms you can't understand. There may be techniques you have yet to master and missions you dare not attempt. But the possibility of your light is unlimited. I mean this very seriously. A novice Go player has the exact same power to place stones as a 9-Dan master. The only difference between them lies in their knowledge and ability to choose. This is my firmly held and personal truth. The only difference in power between you and me lies in what we have learned and practiced. Ikora Rey. While we have taken down Hive gods, most of us haven't done it alone. Unless you're god tier out there soloing Nezarec or Oryx, most of us have done this in a 5-man fire team to get the job done. When Petra talked about the last wish, she says 5 guardians went in to complete this, and of course the Guardian was one among them, so sometimes it would seem that full fire team aspect of it is canon. Most of what we have accomplished has also been done with the help of other Guardians, including leaders like Ikora, Osiris, Saint, and even our allies like Mithrax have given us intel over the years to go in and complete those missions. We were just the brute force and that power used to get the job done. There's also the argument that of course Osiris can pop multiple supers back to back. He's not constrained to game mechanics like we are and our character. If Bungie wrote a lore entry about the young wolf, maybe they could do the same. Maybe any Guardian could if they train enough, like Ikora says. Being the greatest or most powerful Guardian is not all about your abilities. It's about being a mentor as well. Something other Guardians look up to and appreciate the knowledge you've gained over the years. There are many strong titans, but Saint never gave up after endless years of fighting Vex to make his way back and make something meaningful happen. Osiris fought through multiple battles, and even after losing his light can still be seen as a beacon of hope. So let's get to the verdict. This is based on opinion, so leave yours in the comments below. From the characters we've listed or others if you believe they belong here. In terms of the greatest or strongest guardian with power, experience, and strength in the equation when they would fight each other, here's what we got. Logically, you might say the Guardian is number 1. We have an insane list of accomplishments in a short amount of time compared to the others. We lack some knowledge, but if it continues on this path, we would no doubt be the greatest Guardian. With more years to train, learn, and annihilate gods, we would easily be on top. We also have something the others may not, given the Traveler has chosen us for tasks multiple times. In this season's lore card, when Savathun gets revived, Ikora threatens her. She's like, "Savathun, tell us how to enter the portal or I'll kill you." Savathun isn't afraid in the slightest of Ikora, but when our Guardian steps up and says, "I'll end you again," she shuts up real quick. Bungie seems to not rank characters on purpose, which makes sense, but the Guardians got to be on top. Next we have the Phoenix, Osiris. In his prime, he would have been a force to reckon with those projections and pure radiance of light, that would have been a sight to see. Ikora Rey was a menace in the Crucible, and being a warlock is all about the books, what she can learn to further improve herself and her allies. Ghost called Osiris the greatest guardian to ever live. The greatest titan to ever live is up next in Saint 14. Saint's leadership and raw strength cements him at number 3. It was a close one between he and Ikora, but Ikora has more guardian to guardian experience. If this was surviving a battle against any other enemy like the Vex or Fallen, Saint would easily win, but for strongest / greatest guardian amongst others, let's put Saint here on the list. Lord Shaxx is up next because, well, he's Shaxx.
Aren't you the Guardian who beat Shaxx 3-2 in the Crucible last year? Yeah, thought so.
And finally we come to the man with the golden gun in Shin, Malphur. Shin is what it means to be a hunter. Out in the wild, in the shadows with nothing but a golden gun and a plan, eliminating evil guardians and avenging those from his early days. You don't want to mess with the man with the golden gun, but I'm sure characters like Osiris would put him to shame. This list can go on and on, but you kinda get the idea. From the guardians we've discussed, this is my current list. Leave your own list in the comments below. Who do you think should be on top, and is there anyone else you think should be included? Characters like Zavala are also pretty powerful, but I feel the ones we've mentioned may have the upper hand. Anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. If you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like it, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.